Kia ora, Charlotte here. So what were you up to when you were 23 years old? I asked Cheryl Win of Collingwood this question.
My name's Cheryl Win. I live in Collingwood. My husband and I sheep farm here on the main road going into Collingwood and have been here for over 50 years now. I was born here in the Bay, or born at the Collingwood Hospital. My dad was a truck driver for Solly's Freight at the time, and they lived up in Rockville, and then him and Mum went dairy farming at Swamp Road. After that, they bought the Rockville store in about 1969, and we went to Rockville to live. I was going to Collingwood school then, but there was actually zoning in Collingwood, and because we lived in Rockville, the zone for the Collingwood school was down the valley further, and I had to go to Rockville for 1 year, and I hated it. All my friends were in Collingwood, and that's just what I knew. But anyway, I went to Rockville for 1 year at the school there, and then back to Collingwood for high school. What was I doing when I was 23? I was married. Len and I had been married 4 years by then, and we were living in Rockville, and Len and his dad had bought this farm here in Collingwood, and they were busy trying to develop it. I was nursing at the Collingwood Hospital, and your mum was a staff nurse at the time, Charlotte, so I did quite a few duties with her. Len was shearing at that time too, because we had quite a mortgage on the farm and it couldn't pay very good wages, so he was shearing through the daytime, and then in the evenings he would do development work on the farm, and and I worked at the hospital. We were married about 9.5 years before we had children because we had a mortgage, and we couldn't afford to do anything really, and children, they cost money, don't they? So we just put off having a family until later. For a while there, after we were living in Rockville, and then we decided it was a lot of travelling backwards and forwards up and down the valley, and I was still working, and we decided we would live on the farm, so we actually bought a caravan and lived in a caravan up at the shearing shed for 2 years. No power, just this caravan, and it was the most miserable existence, but it was great. It builds your character. And then we built the house, so and I still continued to work so that we could build the house because the farm couldn't afford to pay for it. So we did it out of my wages, really, at the hospital wages.
There's a whole lot of history packed into that story. So why 23? Well, in 2 days, or 2 sleeps, on the 23rd of September, I am launching a 1-year journey, a program called Write Your Memoir, to take Golden Bay residents along the journey of writing their memoirs or their life stories or some kind of history over a year. If you're interested in learning more and learning about myself and my background as a writer, feel free to click on the link below. I think that was my last video of this 23 series. To those who have watched, thanks so much for checking them out. I know that I've loved it, and I know that the people involved have really enjoyed it as well. It's been a beautiful journey. Thanks again for tuning in.